But it doesn't have to be just aggressive or violent traits. It can also be those self-destructive traits. So if you're struggling with alcohol use or substance use, or if you just have this crushing sense of low self-worth, maybe the people in your family, just down the line, you felt very helpless. You felt like you don't matter. You felt like you don't deserve to be loved, that you don't deserve to have care, whatever this is. Like, that is what has been going on through the generational curses, is that you continue to find people who will demean you, who will treat you terribly. If you looked back, what you see is not drug use and violence necessarily, but you just see a bunch of unhappy spouses. You and your parent and your grandparent and their parent, they just kept choosing people who did not love and value them as partners, right? That's another kind of generational curse. And the reason why I use that example, even though it's not traditionally what we think of generational curses, so like when we think of generational curses, violence, drug, alcohol use, mental health issues getting in the way, poor coping mechanisms, poor family dynamics, whatever it is, right? Toxicity of all kinds. We don't always necessarily think about how there's this subtler version as well, which is where we just don't love ourselves. Like the generational curse is that we just don't love ourselves and we don't value ourselves as people. So that's what I mean by, like, maybe you chose someone who does not treat you well as a partner, and so did your parent, and so did your parent's parent, and so that is also something that got inherited and passed on. But you can break it in the same way that you break these more dramatic examples, like the explosive anger and the violence and the abuse. It doesn't have to be that dramatic to still be something worth getting rid of, that you don't need to pass on. And so we do it in the same way.